Hello and welcome to Station's coverage of the 2021 St Andrews by-election. In this short series of interviews, I'll be talking to the candidates hoping to become your next Director of Events and Services. I'll be learning about their plans, priorities, and of course, their personalities. First off, we have Emily Watson. Thanks for joining me today.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So Emily, why have you decided to run for election?
So I've decided to run for election because I've been a student here for the past 5 years now. This is my second degree I've been doing here, and I've realized that I've loved every second of it, and I love everything that the university has to offer. And I think that I definitely can help continue improving and bringing great change to the union and the student experience.
That's great. So COVID, the reason we're doing this virtually, has meant that a lot of students might be isolating or studying remotely next year. So how are you going to ensure that those students can still get the most out of student life?
So one of my plans is to try and help with live streaming different events, still having online events, making sure societies also still do that, and as well as if we host events in the union, making sure that they're accessible to people who are either distance learning, if they're isolating, or if they just don't really feel like coming out into a big crowd, because some people are still very wary of that. And I think that's something to keep in mind. And the safety and health of staff and students is still the top priority, I think. So having accessible online platforms for people to join events, to watch events, I think that's a really important thing to focus on.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, also thanks to COVID, this role demands resilience, organisation and creativity like never before. So how has your prior experience developed these qualities?
So I'm definitely a creative person through and through. I love the arts. I love music, singing, dancing. Not that I'm good at dancing, but I'm a very resilient person. I deal with my own mental health issues, and I understand people deal with these things. And I've learned to be very strong in maintaining sort of my positive outlook on life. And optimism is key, even though sometimes it's very difficult. But I think that basically my passion for anything I do and my hardworking attitude is basically going to help me be the best Director of Events and Services that I can be if elected.
Perfect. That sounds great. I mean, you mentioned there your hard work. So why do you think you work hard? What drives your work ethic?
I always kind of strive to just do the best that I can and be the best person that I can be. I think if it comes to organizing events, I want it to be the best quality, people have the best experience, the best resources used. I wouldn't say I'm a perfectionist, but I strive for good quality, excellent quality in things. And that is the same case with my work as well. So even with like writing, for example, it has to be the best that I can make it. Because at the end of the day, sometimes you only have one chance to do something, and I think you might as well make the most of it and do the best you can.
Well, that's certainly a great attitude to have when you're looking for election. Looking at your manifesto then, collaboration is a key word throughout. You say you want to work closely with societies as well as local businesses. Could you tell us a bit more about how you actually plan to do this?
Yeah, so one of my ideas was inspired by going to some of the farmers markets that we have in St Andrews and talking to a lot of the different sellers and the people at the stands. And a lot of these people are locals, or they live within Fife. And they have all of these amazing things that they've started doing themselves. Like there was a person who started her own jewelry making, soap making, craft beers, all sorts of things like that. And I think that collaborating with people in the local community is a way for students and anyone else to sort of get together and really develop and foster this positive and exciting environment. And I think working with societies as well, societies are a lot of the time what make the student experience, I think, because everyone has different likes, everyone has different passions. And I think making sure that all societies feel like they can have the opportunity to host different events and also collaborate with each other. I think that's a really important thing as well. Like you could have, I mentioned in my manifesto that, for example, all the different food and beverage societies, like you could get all of them together. I mean, I'm sure there's someone who's obsessed with tea, but also is obsessed with hummus. I mean, that's me. I love tea and I love hummus. And I think if I got to meet all the different people from those societies, I could make some new friends. And I think that's really important for people.
Collaboration and partnership are definitely important things for next year, especially given the challenges with COVID and things.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you were elected, what would be your top priority?
Well, I would say that my top priority is making sure that everyone is happy and safe. I really think that that's the key thing here. And as much as everyone's droning on about COVID, I mean, droning on, I speak of that as in the news. I mean, it can get quite depressing, but it is the reality. And I think making sure that people have access to events, have access to things to do at the weekends or at night or in the afternoon, so they're not alone, because that's really been something that people have been affected by, loneliness and, you know, not being able to make friends or getting involved in different things that they want to try. So my priority is definitely making sure that any events we plan to host or work with people, collaborate, it's available for everybody, not just people who are there, but people who are distance learning, people who are isolating. I want everyone to be able to make the most of their time here. And hopefully when we're in a safer situation, when things can be in person, my then priority would be transitioning. But yeah, I think making sure everyone's happy and safe is probably my top priority.
Sounds like inclusiveness is a really key part of your manifesto then.
Yeah, definitely. I think making sure people feel included, they feel welcomed, they feel that they're wanted, is definitely something that's important. It doesn't matter who you are. You're here at university, you want to make friends, you want to find new people, find new passions. And I think everyone should be given an opportunity to do that. So I want to make sure that that's possible.
So turning away from the policies and now towards the person behind them, how would your friends describe you in 3 words, do you think?
Oh, okay. I would say confident. I would say small, but that's just because I am small. But so we'll not say that one because that's obvious. I'd say confident, caring, and passionate.
That's great. And
Yeah.
finally, in about 30 seconds, could you summarize why people should vote for you?
Okay. So people should vote for me because I am super passionate about the student community, about making sure that everyone is welcome, included, they feel happy, they feel safe. I know that my ideas are realistic and they're feasible. I haven't listed billions of them because I want to be real. In this situation, it's difficult for everyone, and I know that I will do my best to make sure all of my policies can be they can happen. I mean, yeah, I believe that I can do it, and I'm confident I can make sure everyone enjoys their time here.
Emily Watson, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. I wish you all the best with your campaign.
Thank you so much.
If you would like to hear more about Emily's plans, as there is, tune to Candidate Question Time on the 24th of August at 7:30 p.m. Join me next time as I talk all things election with Bella Zeth. See you then. Bye.